Hey Pisces star seeds, it's Sweet Spirit Mystic. Thank you for tuning in. All right, let's see what the messages are. It rained this morning, so I always love that. And now the sky's turning blue. We need the changes in weather because it clears energy. So really grateful. I was doing a pre-shuffle and this card came out, the Judge. So I wanted to use that as our theme because what it says here, the Judge's energy is contagious. When we feel judged, walls go up all around. Similarly, when we feel accepted, the entire world softens. So and then also what came out was the Lovers. So, in our close relationships, there can be a criticalness, a judgment that comes out. So remember to soften, okay? It's hard enough as it is right now. And I've been printing out different prayers that I come across, and I want to share them when they come up. And if you have any in your culture, please share them, because we only get those main ones. But if there's smaller things, I would love to hear them, or your own prayers. So this is a prayer that the Dalai Lama prays every day. With our thoughts we make our world. Our mind is central and precedes our deeds. Speak or act with a pure mind, and happiness will follow you, like a shadow that never leaves. May there be joy in the world, with bountiful harvests and spiritual wealth. May every good fortune come to be, and may all our wishes be fulfilled. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then, may I remain and help dispel the misery of the world. Beautiful, huh? So let's get into the tarot. All right, what do we have that will be helpful to Pisces? Messages to help with openness. We have so much judgment in the world right now. Oh my. The Judgment, okay. All right. And then we have Eight of Swords, the Hanged One, and the Four of Wands. Underneath, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is about learning, mastery. So let's clarify each one of these, and then we'll just talk about it. See what comes through. Judgment, Eight of Swords, the Hanged One, and the Four of Wands. Okay, one card for each. I say that and it'll do what it wants. So let's see. 4:11 on the clock. All right, Page of Swords. Oh. Ten of Pentacles. The Hanged One. Oh, there's a few here. We've got the Queen of Swords on top, 441. The Moon and Strength underneath. Okay. And then the Four of Wands. of Swords. Okay. Underneath. These upside down? Oh, yeah. We have the Six of Cups. So Six of Cups talks about the past, talks about nostalgia, remembering the past, those good things of the past. It's a very gentle energy, a lot of innocence when we were young, before the world got hard. And again, a lot of us had it hard young, but maybe we didn't even know it at the time. We just got through it, did our best. Okay. Excuse me. So, Judgment and the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is a messenger. So watch your words, Pisces. I know for me, I can have a sharp tongue. Remember, messenger of the gods. We just say things. We deliver a lot of mail. We don't sit around and see what the letter says, but we've got to deliver it. So we have to be careful with our words because, like in this card and this meaning, judgment can put walls up or they can take them down. So when you're around someone who's not judgmental, you feel at ease. You can be yourself, right? So I feel like this is an energy that you're able to give out into community really easily. And that's probably why people want to spend time with you, because they can feel at ease. You're not going to judge them. You're not going to make them feel bad, things like that. So that's a really beautiful trait. And to keep cultivating that. Let's see, I feel like, with our thoughts, we make our world. So if you have an open mind, the world is open. There's less stranger danger and more acceptance and curiosity. And then with the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. This is reminding me that the pursuit of wealth to an extreme level, that can become a trap where you're stuck. You can't get out. Like if you've built up your life to be really beautiful, that's a lot to take care of, a lot to worry about, things like that. So if you're feeling any kind of heaviness or burden in life, it could be, just simplify things down. Pay off debt, pay off cars, pay off homes. I know there's those challenges where you go a whole day, a whole week, a whole month without buying anything that's non-essential. Try that. We live in a society where we consume so much that if we don't, it's almost like being addicted to shopping or spending. So remember that, okay, there's different ways that we can get a little bit out of control and to reel that back in. Not to feel bad about it because we can't help it. We're just bombarded with advertising and media. So, I do it too. It's so easy to click, click, click buy. So maybe what, do I really need that? Do I really need that? Is that going to be helpful or is that going to turn into a burden later? Especially if things are purchased on credit, you do have to pay that back eventually. And, there is something to be said about living well below your means. You're free. You have money saved. You're okay. Your basic needs are met. You can do nice things for yourself when you want. So there's always a balance. Okay. Thrifting comes to mind. Maybe you need to thrift away some of the things you don't use anymore. I know I need to. Like, they're wonderful, like perfect condition, but I'm like, do I need this? No. Okay, and then we have the Hanged One. So this is about surrender. This is about a change in perspective. It's about enlightenment. So let's look at these three here that came up with it. Strength, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords goes along with the Judgment card and this Page of Swords card, because the Queen of Swords is very, what's the word? Observant. They see everything. You can't hide anything from a Queen of Swords. Highly intelligent, something's wrong, they see it. They may not say anything about it, 1111, but they've seen what you've done. Whatever you think you can hide with the Moon card, no, they see. So with the Strength card here, it's using that power of perception, that discernment, that ability to, I'm going to use the word criticize or be critical. I know that goes along with judgment. But again, there's, like with every coin, there's two sides. Sometimes you need to have that critical eye to know when, I need to hold back a little bit. I've been spending a little bit too much. Just to keep yourself in check. The Strength card, it's not always about, being stronger than someone else and pushing them around. It's about holding back your own tendencies. Like, I could totally stir the pot right now and cause all kinds of drama or ruckus, but I'm not. I'm going to let that go. Surrender, right? So you have to make judgment calls for yourself, but you don't have to impose them on other people. You can mention, like, hey, this is what I'm working on, but it's not a you should do this. It's not that. Because that's when everyone's like, walls are up. I'm not going to do anything that you tell me to do, even if it makes sense, just because you're telling me to do it. We've all been there. I do that all the time. I'm like, you're going to tell me what to do? Well, guess what? I'll do the opposite. That can get you into trouble. So we have the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords. So this is telling me one of two things. Either you need to take a break from your partnerships because there's been a bit of like this judgment feeling and everyone's feeling some kind of way. And you just need a break. Or your relationship is your sanctuary. It's where you can go to rest from all this judgment because they accept you as you are. And, maybe you like to spend, but guess what? They've got that fantastic job so that you can spend. That's the thing. Like, sometimes you got to push in order for the partner to rise to the occasion. Okay. In some decks, Judgment is called awakening. So you have to push a bit to get what you want. Say what you need to say. Like, hey, I need this. Or I don't feel safe here. Or comfortable here. And then the other party will be like, let me fix that. Let me make sure that you feel safe. Let me make sure that you have all your needs met. Which means they might have to get up off their bum and work 1441 or make a decision. It makes me even think here, like with the Four of Wands, like say you've been dating someone for a long time and you want to get married. You gotta say that, because otherwise you're just someone's pet. and your stability is in jeopardy. Because what if something happens to them? I had a friend have a friend who was with someone for 28 years, and they never got married, and the house was in her name. She was the one who passed away a few years ago, and she had a daughter that she was estranged from. And my friend, he was paying the mortgage on it, But when she died, since they weren't legally married, he lost the house. It went to her daughter, and they sold it. And now he's living in a 2-bedroom apartment. So, as easygoing as we want to be, Pisces, there are limits to that. So, if you want a stable future, make sure you say what you need and set those boundaries and make sure you're valued. It's not just about, I'm going to go with the flow and be cool and non-combative. That can hurt you. Okay? So say what you need. And if someone really cares and loves you, they'll do something. Otherwise, you'll know, okay, this was not what I thought it was. So look after yourself, Pisces, because you're going through past life energy, past life trials. So this can be a repeating force in your life or lifetimes. And this is where you're like, no, I deserve X, Y, Z. All right, so different messages in here for different people. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. All right, we'll see you soon. I love you, Pisces.